I'm so appreciative of everyone coming to say hi. She's studying British. That's great.
Are you?
Don't cry. But it's really, but thank you for coming and say hi to us because it means so much. Everyone in Boston's been so friendly and it's been so engaging. So I hope we can help in some way with your study.
Hello, gorgeous people. I thought we should talk about something that is seriously wrong right now with the world, with Buckingham Palace, in regards to Harry, Meghan Markle, and the whole charade of what's going on. You know, I did my live with Royal Daily Tea, and things that she said, for example, I started thinking, right? You know, maybe she kind of rightly implied that maybe because the palace didn't react to Meghan's accusations about racism during the Oprah interview, now they were reacting swiftly to the accusations by this lady, Marlene Headley, aka Ngozi Fulani. But then I started thinking, Meghan Markle has continued to go on with the narrative that she has been discriminated against, that there was horrible racism to the point of violence, and yet there's still no investigation done about those claims. Many people told me, Lady Susan Hussey, nobody told her to quit. You would need to have no dignity to remain at a post when somebody like Prince William is saying that the individual has been dealt or resigned. And this individual is his loving godmother, who has faithfully served the crown for 62 years. And there has never been any claim of racism up until now. This lady, Ngozi Fulani, Marlene Headley, claimed that when she got in, Lady Susan Hussey made a beeline for her, and after that interaction, she couldn't talk to anybody, that she was traumatized, that she basically remained in a corner not knowing what to do. Then she went on national television and claimed that she had never, ever tweeted about Meghan Markle because she didn't want to be involved in that narrative. Now, on my TikTok, I have proven both things to be wrong. The entire world knows that both things are wrong. First, after her encounter with Lady Susan Hussey, she spoke directly to Camilla. She did. Ngozi Fulani, aka Marlene Headley, said that she was too traumatized and stuck in a corner to speak to anybody after Lady Hussey asked her, "Where are you from?" Here she is talking to Camilla Queen Consort after talking to Lady Hussey. Why do they lie like this? Why? And we know that she tweeted about Meghan Markle repeatedly, saying that basically King Charles and Camilla were abusive, violent people towards Meghan Markle. And now we have King Charles and Camilla inviting this woman to palace. So I was thinking about my live with Royal Daily Tea when I told her that King Charles is an idiot. And I'm saying it, he's an idiot. You know, people say, oh, he's going to change when he's king. He has had 70 years or 60 years or whatever being Prince of Wales. His behavior has never changed. Why would you change? This is like a woman who thinks, or a man who thinks that when they meet this woman and they fall in love, oh, she's going to change once we marry. No. Somebody at the PR palace is a woke idiot who is allowing this travesty to happen, because this is just as bad as Meghan Markle being given an award for her false claims of structural racism within the institution. This woman who has never, ever experienced any racism against her. She didn't get any roles in Hollywood because she has no talent. She was not even talented enough to be in a reality show, a D-list reality show. Now, this Ngozi Fulani actually has received money from the Prince's Trust. And then she went uninvited to this reception. And when she couldn't get anything on Camilla, because Camilla apparently didn't say anything that, you know, she could manipulate into being racist, she preyed on an elderly lady. She committed a form of abuse against an elderly lady by falsely claiming something that is not there. Because this lady wanted to know where she was from, and she played dumb. What do you mean, where am I from? If you go to an event at the palace, which is an official event, dressed up like the Pirates of the Caribbean, wearing a costume, a gown, that it's not regular clothing, with a name tag that screams, I'm not from here. Everybody who's been calling me a racist on TikTok and everybody, please tell me that you wouldn't ask where you're from. Really? Oh, and she dare touched her hair. Probably because, you know, she's an 83-year-old lady. She was an easy prey for Ngozi Fulani and for Meghan Markle and Misa Harriman. Because those three are linked together. Just like the People magazine article. When they get those 5 witnesses who do you remember that article on People magazine? You do remember the article that Mr. Thomas Markle had to speak up against because those 5 friends talked? To this day, nothing has been investigated. The investigation should not be... There's no investigation. People basically have blamed Lady Susan Hussey because she did say, yeah, I did ask her where she was from. That is the job of lady-in-waiting or people's staff, finding out who you are, which organization you come from. You see her with all that getup. You would ask, you know, where are you from? You know, like your family and stuff like that. Can you imagine if I dressed up, if I go to a Buckingham Palace event dressed up in all flamenco gear, like, you know, like how flamenco dancers and everything? Don't you think that people are gonna ask me questions? Of course they are. At any social gathering, when you're meeting somebody, you always ask, hello, what's your name, where you're from? And the fact that she just reached to touch her, you know, able to see her name because she wanted to be able to address her by her name, which is something called manners. You know, and she's an elderly lady, and she's comparing that to abuse. What she did to this lady, preying on this elderly lady because she was an easy target for her, that is abuse. That is abuse. And this woman is being rewarded by King Charles and Camilla, invited to the palace as the injured party. Kensington Palace, Prince William, shame on you. Shame on you. This is unbelievable. They're giving credibility and legitimacy to a woman who has been caught lying twice now. First, when she says she never spoke to anybody, that she didn't even get to speak to Camilla, and we have the footage of her speaking to Camilla after she's spoken to Lady Hussey, and that she never tweeted about Meghan Markle. And we have her tweeting not only about Meghan Markle, but accusing them of domestic violence against Meghan Markle. Can somebody please explain this to me? And this is what's to be expected of King Charles' reign. This it. Lack of morals, lack of, you know, nobody likes a wimp. They should have stood firm and said, wait a minute, ma'am. What do you mean you didn't talk to Camilla or you didn't have anybody to talk to? And put the footage of her talking to Camilla. What do you mean, lady, you haven't tweeted about Meghan Markle? And post the tweets about her and her accusing King and everybody of domestic violence or being violent against Meghan Markle simply because Meghan Markle's lies were exposed. That is the racism Meghan Markle is claiming. That we call her out lie. That we're calling out her lies. That's why we're racist, because we're calling out Meghan Markle's lies. And you know, on TikTok, people are telling me, oh, well, you shouldn't be criticizing this woman. This woman is impersonating. This woman is appropriating a culture, a name that doesn't belong to her. Because if she says she's British, why is she dressing like African, changing her name to an ethnic name that belongs in Africa? Why is she doing that? Why isn't she proud of who she is, Marlene Headley from Hackney? No, she has to change a whole persona. And by the way, she discriminates because if you call her Charity, and you're not black enough, you don't get any support. So I guess Meghan Markle would have not gotten any support from her, because is that why Meghan Markle is claiming she's 43% Nigerian when we all know that's bullshit? So there is something very sinister going on here. And if this is the direction they're going, shame on you, Prince William. Shame on you, King Charles. You have no spine. And you're throwing a person to the wolves just to look good, just to appease the masses. If you do the right thing, it will always look good. Look at what King Prince William did and with the Princess of Wales when they attended Boston. They did their thing. People saw right through what Meghan Markle and Harry were doing. This is just as bad as, can you imagine, for example, if Prince William had invited Prince Harry for talks about the racist claims? Of course not. There's nothing to investigate. The Parliament should take the wheel and investigate, launch a formal investigation about Meghan Markle's claims. Depose her, and depose Harry, and depose anybody else, and make it public. Expose this woman once and for all. Instead, they're still on the royal website, representing their duty to the Queen and Commonwealth. And their official residence, Frogmore Cottage. And we have that people are saying that King Charles wants to leave the door open. This is why he didn't want to say that Harry and Andrew were not counselors of state. Yeah, now you know why I don't like King Charles.